this is not only for the book lovers, but anybody can see it. Fortunately, I lost it. So I read this book when I was 16 years old. I'm sure all of us Indian kids, we have heard happens is there's a character called Haruki. Hello guys, welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Hiiii, and for today's video, it is again something book related. Now, I have made it very clear that how much I love reading, and for that matter, I thought of doing something again book related. And I feel like this is not only for the book lovers, but anybody can see it because I think this video is for literally everyone, especially if you're someone who is thinking of reading, starting to read books, or if you were a reader but somehow you stopped reading and you want to continue reading. I feel like this is a great video that you can see and you can start reading again. So today I'm sharing 5 books that I'd recommend for beginners. So I hope you enjoy the video. Let's go. Book number 1. It is called Birthday Girl by Haruki Murakami. I do not have the book currently with me. I used to have that book, but unfortunately I lost it. So I'm gonna put cover of that book somewhere on a screen. And yeah, the story behind this is actually I read this book when I was 16 years old, and I was just starting to read books and scroll through Amazon, and I found that book and I was like, okay, this is very interesting. I didn't even know about Haruki Murakami. So I read that book, and at the time I found it very interesting and very easy to read, although I would say not so easy to interpret because his books are kind of sort of like that. But as a beginner, it's a very short story. So it's about a girl, her birthday that day, and she encounters something so mysterious but very beautiful and very magical. And if I tell you more than this, I think the entire plot only will be revealed. But one thing that I personally like so much about that book is the fact that how can somebody write something so beautiful and so mysterious kind of a thing in such a short story, right? You know, book with 500 pages or 600 pages that I've read usually that are like super mysterious, but I think this is a very beautiful read, and I know I'm hyping it up so much. Maybe there are a lot of people who might not relate to that book, but it's not even about relating. Like, the story is in itself so beautiful. I would definitely recommend everyone, not even the beginners, everyone to read that book. So book number 2, it is also by a Japanese author, and it is More Days at Morisaki Bookshop by Satoshi Yagisawa. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. But oh my god, this book is definitely for the beginners if they are starting out and they do not want to read anything very crazy, and and initially as a reader, I think you would definitely want something that is very cozy, that will hook you up but yet feel like super cozy, right? There's a lot of parts to this book actually, so you can follow all that part, or you can just start with this book. So in this book there's a girl, and she lives in Tokyo, and she usually visits her uncle's bookshop. So they have like all sorts of books, and yeah, it's like how she relates her life. Easy read, you know, like there's nothing dramatic. You could finish in probably, if you're a beginner, you can, I think personally you could finish it in 1 or 2 sitting. And also if you're traveling somewhere and if you carry this book, I think you can read it in one go as well. I absolutely love this book, and I would again recommend especially beginners to read this book. Number 3, it is Norwegian Wood by Haruki Murakami. Now, I think you would have guessed that I've read a lot of books from Murakami, and I think I wouldn't say, like, by the size of it, you might think that is it even for beginners? This is definitely for beginners, you know, like even if you finish this book in like a week or month, I think you can still interpret the story. And it is a very, like, the reason I selected this book is because at points it is very emotional. First of all, it is very emotional. It is about a college going guy who experiences all sorts of things like love, loss, pain. So this book has everything, okay? And the ending, it is an open ending, okay? Like, did I give you the spoiler? I don't know, but yeah, it is an open ending, which can be too much for a beginner, but I would say the writing is so beautiful. Although there are a few things that is very controversial in this book by the writing of the author, the overall story is so nice. You'll go into that world of this book. Like, the best thing that I love about Murakami is the way he writes. You'd feel like you are actually in that world, you're imagining that, and you should read it. For someone who is adamant about that I'm gonna start reading books, I think it's a great choice. Book number 4 is an Indian author, and I'm also a complete beginner when it comes to reading books from Indian author, and I'm exploring, and I would like to explore a lot more books by Indian authors, because I feel like it's very important to explore your own culture. So as a beginner, I started with this one book. So the 4th book is The Forest of Enchantments by Chitra, Banerjee, Divakaruni, and I'm sure all of us Indian kids, we have heard about Ramayana as a kid, or the entire story. This book brings a new perspective, not even new, but it adds a perspective that we probably have never thought of it. And she wrote this book very beautifully. This is Ramayana, but we get to read the version of Sita Ma, which is very beautiful, to get to know her upbringing, to get to know what kind of person she was and what adventure she herself been through. Everything is written in this book, and this is beautiful. So if you are someone who wants to read more from Indian author, or even like it is beginner friendly, since we are very aware of Ramayana, so I would definitely recommend this book to the beginners. It might look like it's huge, it is 300 pages, but I am sure you're gonna enjoy reading this one. Number 5th book. Now this is the last book, and Agatha Christie's writing. Now I am someone who love Agatha Christie, and I've read few books from her, and I do want to read a lot more books from her. And The Mystery of Three Quarters, this was the first book that I've ever read of like mystery novel kind of a vibe. And in this book, what happens is there's a character called Hercule Poirot. I think I'm pronouncing his name right. So there's a whole series of it. I read this one, and in this, it's like a murder mystery. It's very interesting. The ending is also very interesting. So I think when you will be reading it, you yourself will be a detective, and I find books like this very interesting. So you should definitely give this a try if you are someone into mystery novels. So yeah, these were all 5 of the beginner friendly books that I recommend, and these are very easy to read, and these are very interesting. Like when I read these for the first time, I was absolutely hooked and interested, so I thought of sharing it to someone who might need it. Thank you for watching this video till the end. If you did watch this video till here, please like and comment which of the book that you have already read. Give me the reviews, I'd like to read it, or which are the ones that you're going to definitely read, and share it to someone who might need it. So see you next time. Bye bye.